Blanchland's changed very little.
You see, it's a private estate.
We can't have television aerials.
There's not a television area in Blanchland.
We can't have greenhouses. We can only have 3 different colours of paint.
What's the colours?
Green,
Blue,
white or blue.
And there's
Only
not,
three. And there's no television aerials at all.
there's not any electric poles. The wires, if you look when you go out, they're all following around under the spoutings of the houses. There's no street lamp poles. They have to be fixed on the end of the houses.
And they have to be white lights.
Uh-huh. And there's only one person who owns their own house, and that's the lady who bought the school. They're all rented houses.
And it's a lease. It's leasehold.
Yes, she's got hers leased.
There was a school, of course, in the village.
Oh yes, that
Fairly recently.
it closed 3 years since, or 2 years since.
3.
3 years ago.
Yes. But first of all, there was a school in the Abbey, behind in the Abbey.
Before that
was
one
the-
was built.
That was the school. And this row of houses was over there. Now that is within 100
18 and 52.
Yes.
They moved these houses
They
to
moved
here.
these houses
Did
here.
they?
Except in the top one, and that belongs to Blanchland, that's the gatekeeper's house.
Did there used to be more shops, and there was a school
Oh yes,
here once?
yes, I remember when there was a shop up here, James Oliver, there was Southerns at the bottom, there was Elliot Cars and the post office.
Yes.
There was 4.
There were 3 when we came in the 1942. There were still 3 shops there.
Yes.
That would be the bottom
That
one
was
to Bridge
Fives,
Inn. Uh-huh, yes.
Elliot Cars and Patrick's at the post office.
Yes.
And Oliver's up here sold meal and different things.
And brought the... Did he deal with the post?
No, that was a brother.
And there used to
Sam.
be twice a week the courier went from here to Hexham with his horse and flat with a camp on. Taking the
No.
butter and eggs.
I
And
do not know what a camp is, dear.
the farmers used to take him, go to him with all the butter and the eggs, and he took them into Hexham. And of course George Pierce went to concert.
Yes. And we can still remember when there was no road round the archway. You went through the arch.
Uh-huh.
Buses went through the arch.
No, dear, they didn't. There was no buses, honey, then.
No, but at one time, do you remember, before they put those chocks outside the
Yes.
arch, silly fools used to try to drive
Yes.
buses through
Oh,
the
yes.
buses.
And
But,
of course it's higher at the bottom than the top. And they used to get
There used to be a stick stood at the bottom. Charabancs used to come through all right, but when they came with buses, there was a big stick stood at the bottom, and the driver used to get out and put it up the front of his bus to see the height of it, and then go to the arch. But it was bigger at the bottom towards the top, and I've seen them have to let the air out the tyres to get back out. Yes.
Oh yes, it's not that many years since they put the road round the archway.
And there was some woodcutters came once and had one of these caravans, you know, that the woodcutters slept in. And they came through the arch with it. And of course it was fast, and it was fast for days.
Yes.
What was there then between the arch and the crew? Because I don't remember.
Big cobbles.
Just cobbles.
There used to be a great
No, it
cobbly
was before
stone.
your time.
Uh-huh.
Yes. I know you're getting on, but it was still before your time.
Thank you for those few kind words.
Now then, there's a blacksmith shop in Blanchland where before the days of newspapers, and if anyone died, it was put on the blacksmith shop door. And that door, there's thousands and thousands of nails in it, and it hasn't to be moved. Yes, it's made into a garage. You go up the back of Frankie Stubbert's.
Can you ever remember the blacksmith shop?
I can just where Morford's had buyers round the back
Yes, you
there.
go up to there, the
That's
door's
right.
there,
Yeah.
and it's absolutely covered with nails. And
Frankie
that's how
Capture.
that everyone had horses, you see, the farms had horses, and that's how the word got around.
Up by where Olive Murray used to live.
And also, I can remember when there was bidders. If anyone died, they went around and the bid knocked at people's doors and said that so and so died. Oh,
Would you rather live today or in the world you've grown up in the villages with all the people?
Well, I'm glad I lived when I did. I've seen an awful lot of things happen. I can remember when there was all horses and carts, and when you heard the first motorbike, you got over the wall. You wondered what was coming. Yes. And there just a very odd one had a motor car. The doctor.
I think we'll have seen more changes.
Yes,
than
more
you
changes.
Yes. We've sort of come from
And during the
nothing
First World War, I can remember seeing my
right
first
through
aeroplane.
there. Yes. We've seen it all happen, and mind it's going back over again.